The 3 types of content you can create depending on your experience. Now, a lot of people say you shouldn't create content until you've got some experience under your belt, until you've got some really good stories to tell, until you've got some client results, all those kind of things. And while I do agree to some extent that you shouldn't be creating too much content until you have the kind of proof to back it up, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be creating content altogether. It just means that the type of content you create is slightly different. So in this video, I'm going to go through the 3 different types of content you create depending on your experience level in your business. So the first one is probably the most experienced business owner. So they know exactly what they're selling, they know who their audience is, they know their position in the market, all those kind of things. And this is a really good place to come at from content because it means that you can create content based on the things that you have learned, your experiences, your stories, your client successes, and you can essentially take people through and say, hey, here's this thing I did for this client, or hey, this is the thing that I did for this customer that was really happy, and this is how. You can really take people through that journey that you've already taken, and you can prove it because you can say, hey, I've done this thing, so I've got these results, and this is the learnings from it. So you'll notice a lot of our videos from Jammy Digital will say, we got this many leads for a client, this is exactly how we did it, or our client increased their sales by 177%, this is how they did it, or got 1 million views, this is how we did it. It's because that kind of content really resonates. It really does prove to someone, first off, okay, they know exactly what they're talking about. I'm gonna watch this content, I'm gonna read this content because they've already proven to me that it's worth it. They've already proven that they've done it. Now I'm gonna learn how they did it from them. So that's a really powerful kind of content to create if you're an experienced business owner. And one problem I see that experienced business owners do is they create kind of how-to content when they should be creating content that comes from their experience. So they'll say how to create a long form video, when actually they should be saying, the long form videos that I got from my client increased their sales by 177%. Here's the exact steps we took in order to do that. So you always have to come from a place of experience. Don't go to how to, go to how we. Say how we did this thing, and that creates much, much better content. Now, if you're just starting out in business, that's really difficult because you don't have any experience to draw from. You don't have any results to draw from. You can't say how I did this thing because you haven't done the thing, and unless you lie, which obviously I don't recommend you do, you've got nothing to go off there. So how then can you create content if you've got very little experience or very little results? So if you are just starting out in business, this is what I recommend you do. What I recommend you do is you say, hey, I'm starting this thing. Please come along this journey and follow with me as I grow my graphic design business, my logo design business, whatever it might be. Please follow me as I grow. And what you're going to be sharing is essentially your learnings as you grow your business. So you're going to be sharing the ups and the downs, the successes and failures. You're going to be saying, hey, I landed this client. This is brilliant. This is what I did for this client. You're going to be like, okay, this was a bit of a tricky week. I'm kind of learning email marketing and trying to get my head around that. What do you recommend? You're really taking people on a journey with you as they get to understand you and your business. They fall in love with you a little bit more and more each day as you're kind of continuously posting and essentially taking people on that journey with you as you grow. And what you want to be doing is making sure that you're reiterating what it is that you do all the time. You're reminding people, I design logos. This is what I love to do. This is why I've started it. This is why I quit my job. I've landed this client. I'm really excited about it. Whatever it might be, just always relate it back to what it is that you're doing. And you'll start to notice that you do get more and more people getting in touch with you because they like you and they want to see you kind of succeed. They see you constantly going out there, reminding them what it is that they do. And people will get in touch and start saying, hey, I'd love to work with you. And the more and more and more you get of that, then the more likely you're going to get to the place where you're going to be able to say, hey, this is my experience. This is what I've done for clients. These are the amazing results, and you can create content around that instead. But you can take people on a journey to follow along with you. I think to remember of this is the more transparent you can be, the more interesting people find it. I love watching agencies grow from zero, and when they share their revenue and they tell you exactly what they've done month by month, like some months they've been in a minus, some months they've been profitable, what they did that month to be in a minus, what they did that month to be profitable, how they've scaled it, who they've hired. I find that absolutely fascinating, and so do other people too. As long as your audience finds it interesting, and the key thing here is audience, your target audience finds it interesting, then if you can be as transparent as possible about how you're growing and where you're going, then that can be incredibly good and powerful content that will really help connect you with your potential audience. The third and final piece of content you can create if you're less experienced experienced or you don't have as many results to draw upon is by talking about other companies that have achieved results in the same way. So I could say, for example, how Netflix created content that got them loads of new subscribers, or how Apple did this, or how Virgin did this, or whatever it might be. You can actually draw on other examples in your industry of companies that people know and like and trust, and you can draw upon their reputation to actually create content to say this is how they did it. And you almost become kind of a critic of those companies, of what exactly they did, and you position yourself as an expert because you're able to effectively analyze how they did something successfully. Now, this is a great thing you can do if you haven't got the results to back yourself up and you haven't got that experience. You can actually apply your learnings and what you kind of know to other companies to say, hey, this is what they've achieved, and you can actually help people learn by talking about other companies. So there you have it. Those are the 3 ways that you can create content depending on how experienced you are in your business. And I would love to know, which one of these do you like the most? Which one of these will you be using most in your business? Let me know by commenting below. And if you like this video, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you'll be notified the next time we launch a video.